Hello everyone, today we are at the Manam Chocolate Factory located at Karkhana. So let's get on with this video. As soon as we enter, the first thing we see are these slabs of chocolate with different toppings. Some have hazelnut, almond, and a lot of other things, and there are tiny pieces that you could also buy. There's another section that where you can buy gift boxes for you to take home or for you to gift someone else. And over here it's the tasting section, so you can taste the different kinds of chocolates they have. So you have different varieties in dark chocolate, in milk chocolate, and in white chocolate. They are even showing you the raw cocoa beans from which the chocolate is extracted right there in this factory, and you can take all of this home in a beautiful gift box. This is me trying to taste some milk chocolate, since milk chocolate is my favorite in all the three kinds of chocolate. So we were just trying to find something that I like, and the staff here, they were also trying to show us what you could get for just 800 rupees. So for 800 rupees you could get 5 kinds of chocolate, 5 flavors of chocolate. Like you can get tiny slabs in that box. So that box costs around 800 rupees. So all of these chocolate, they are the cocoa beans are from Godavari district. So everything is made in India and made in Andhra and Telangana. So then we moved on to another section where we saw this huge machine that was turning the cocoa beans around. If I'm not wrong, I think this is where the roasting process takes place. So this was mostly for showing the public what it is like, and the staff member, he was trying to show us what the cocoa bean looks without the husk. At this stage it is like rice still covered in the husk, but then it's, or like coffee covered in husk, but it's obviously cocoa, and it tastes exactly like coffee. It is very bitter to taste at this point, and later, after a lot of processing and adding a lot of sugar, probably then it tastes like the chocolate we know. So we, all of the husk and the tiny particles are collected in this container, and I think then the cocoa will be ready to get processed. Then we saw a section where tiny pieces of chocolate were being made. They were put in their mold, and then they were put in the blast freezer or the cold storage, where they would come out as tiny pieces of chocolate that everyone can enjoy. So over here they were showing the journey of the cocoa bean from coming out of the cocoa fruit, and then moving on to get roasted and then processed, and then becoming the chocolate that we know today. So everything was showcased in the factory itself. The entire journey of a cocoa bean is shown in this factory. You can see it right here. So from the time it is extracted from the fruit till the time it becomes the chocolate as we know it, is shown here in this factory. Over here you can see a staff member making a bar of chocolate with 2 different flavors, that is milk and dark. So here you have 3 chocolate tabs: milk, dark, and white chocolate. So you can, there's a 24/7 flow of chocolate over here, and these are the different type of toppings that you can add on your chocolate. So it felt like we were in Willy Wonka's world, and there's also a chocolate classroom where you can learn more about how they source their chocolate from Godavari. And here you can see the staff member giving artistic vibe to that bar of chocolate. So yeah, you can get your chocolate custom made, like bars of chocolate custom made, or you can buy them ready made over here. So he proceeds to put that in the freezer, first taps them out to remove all of the air bubbles, and then proceeds to put that in the freezer. So you can also see the final product here. So he stopped it with hazelnut, and you can either get yours made or buy them ready made. So you have 2 options here. And then you can see the entire factory, entire process on how the chocolate is made. So you can see every step from step 1 till the last step. So the step 1 is to sieve the cocoa beans. The good ones fall straight down and the bad ones fall to the right side of the screen, right side of the container. So over here you can distinguish between the good beans and the bad beans, and then these are taken and made into a powder, and this powder is then processed, and sugar is added, a sweetener is added, and then it becomes the chocolate as we know it of. So there were a lot of people working inside. We were not allowed inside, but then we could see the entire process happening in front of our eyes. So here another staff member was cutting up toppings that go on the delicious pieces of chocolates, and here this is the tempering section, and a lot of chocolates were ready to go inside the blast freezer or the cold storage. Yeah, and another staff member came to collect a lot of chocolate because she was making the tiny pieces of chocolate in putting them in molds and making different flavors. So yeah, that was there. We talked to her for a while, and I told her how it felt really nice to be in a place where we could see the entire thing happening. So yeah, they were making that chocolate specifically. So, if you ask my opinions about this place, it's a wonderful place. It is a one of a kind place where you can get a lot of different types of pastries, of chocolates, of different kind of things that you actually see on MasterChef, like lemon meringues, macaroons, and all that. If I'm pronouncing it correctly, macarons or macaroons, I'm not sure. So yeah, so everything was really nice. This lemon meringue was exactly like how I had seen it on MasterChef. I think there was one episode about that. So yeah, it is a very nice place, but you also have to remember it's kind of on the expensive side and not something that you can go to every day. It's like you can experience it. It's something that you must definitely experience, but it's not something for the everyday life. So yeah, so they were also showcasing a video about how they get their cocoa beans from Godavari, um, and how basically the process starts. They break the fruit, they collect the seeds, and then they send the seeds to the factory where the chocolate is made. Here there was a section where you could get milkshakes or ice cream, so we decided to get ice cream for sure. So when we went there first, there were only two options. One was pista, and the other was vanilla. So we went with the vanilla one, and we got the chocolate from the chocolate tap. And the staff member, he was kind enough to recommend toppings and the kind of chocolate that should go on the vanilla. So we had that one first, and as soon as we got this one, we got to know that the chocolate one had been restocked, the chocolate ice cream. So we had to go back and get that too. So I think it was 250 rupees per cup. Yeah, it was quite pricey, but then we had to try it because this was completely made there in the factory itself. So yeah, I got the chocolate one too. And the chocolate one, you know what I decided? I decided that I wanted to try pouring the chocolate on my own. So I did exactly that. So here it's me collecting all of the chocolate from the chocolate tap and pouring it on my ice cream. I know that's a lot of chocolate, but then it felt really nice to be able to pour it on by myself. So yeah, for people who wanted to pour it by themselves, they had a tiny pot kept right beside the chocolate tap. Yeah, and for the toppings, I chose, I think that was cranberry, um, a tiny dried cranberry. So we had that. So the thing about this ice cream, again, review time. The vanilla one was amazing. The taste of the vanilla ice cream was amazing, but then the chocolate, we felt it was a little bitter because of the chocolate in the chocolate tap. It was not as sweet as we thought it would be, but then it was still amazing. It was still very nice. So there's also a cafe section that you can go down and sit and eat. But then when we went there, it was like completely crowded. There was no place to even sit actually. So there was like a 90-minute waiting time. So we decided just to go for the ice cream and then call it a day. So here is the famous chocolate waterfall, just as in the Willy Wonka world. So yeah, this was a really nice place where you could take pictures and you could take videos. It was such a nice place to visit. I definitely had a lot of fun. So if you like this video, please like, share, subscribe, comment, and tell me how your experience was at the Manam Chocolate Factory.